Hello guys, the Gaming Teacher here, and welcome back for the next part of Hearts of Iron 4, which we are very close to concluding. We've actually started to more or less dominate most of Europe, I should say the western part, but we have the Soviet Union, the shadow of the Soviet Union glooming over the whole of Europe and the Allies. So that is going to be a huge development in the next couple of hours in the game. Whether it's going to last that long, I don't know. So anyway, let's continue. Let's play the game. So we are almost coming towards the end of Hearts of Iron, and I was thinking of doing a couple more other games, which I've been considering. There is the possibility of doing another Real Politics campaign, and another possibility of doing another Hearts of Iron, but it does depend. It does depend at all on what you guys would prefer. Because at the end of the day, I like playing the games. It doesn't bother me which game I play, but what matters is if you enjoy them. Okay, so anyway, we are, in regards to the German, the main World War II, the war which started it, before the Soviet Union got involved with this other war, we was at war with the German Reich, and we are almost winning. It's going 71% in the in favour of defenders, which is good. Soviet Union, it's a 50-50, so we've got to finish this war so we can concentrate on Russia, or the Soviet Union I should say. Right, we've got unread, unassigned divisions. Yeah, they're fine, they're just monitoring rebellions in the area, which I believe there's one here, so I'm going to take this and move them over to here. Is that the place? No, it was over here. Okay, advanced landing craft. We're actually gaining all the research is being done very quickly now, which is great. I mean, I'm loving it. I'm loving the fact that it's almost finished, and I am particularly interested in building these. This would be good. Let's do the rocket engines. It would help with our planes. We can think about jet engines, which would be good. Okay, now how are we doing? Oops. Wow, just frozen up on us. I think I moved in really fast there. Okay, so anyway, what we're going to do, I'm going to see if we can push in with these divisions if possible. So let's start pushing in and see what happens. And let's take some of these. If we can start pushing in and take most of the German Reich lands, we'll be fine. I think this is, I mean, along the border here, this is where we was pushing before. There's big army troops here. Let's move forward into... move forward over there. So I don't want to push too many troops forward if I can. Let's move forward here. And some reinforcements with these infantry groups. See, most of these infantry, these troops are actually from our units which have been given to us by other countries, which is very helpful, proven to be very helpful anyway. So we're pushing forward in these parts here. I think we can take... oh, we did. Let's take a big chunk out of the German Reich. Slowly but surely wins the race, I'm sure. We've actually got the Soviet Union down here, so this is going to be very interesting. We're going to have to keep an eye on the Soviet Union. I don't want to push too many forces up, but I would like to end the war with Germany as soon as possible so we can concentrate. Let's see what happened over here. Right, we've actually... let's see if we can move around. And let's push these forward. Let's take all of these actually. No, actually we can't do that. Not a very good idea. Numbers are not always... numbers are key, but it doesn't always mean to say if you're going to chuck everything in, you're going to win. Which I don't want to make that mistake. Okay, we're actually losing here at the moment. I'm ended up putting quite a few in here at the moment, so... oh, we're winning now. See, they've got panzer divisions there. They've got the German medium tanks. Let's bring some forces in here. let's reinforce with infantry divisions. The mobile units, that might be good. We might be able to get around them quickly. It's the German Reich here, okay. We've got a huge amount of forces here. I'm tempted to see if we can push up with the Russians. We're going to have to soon, but the quicker we get rid of the Germans, the better. I'll be happy with that. Okay, we've got advanced oil plant, which is good. Let's have a look at that. Where is it? Oh, done. Completed. Look at that. All done. Oh, I'm happy with that. I really am. Let's start doing those. I'm not sure if they miss out the other research. I'm not so sure. Let's see if we can push forward here. See if we can. I don't want to get close to the Soviet Union border at the moment. Not yet. Not yet, anyway. I'm making a bit of a force here push, which is good. Let's push some infantry divisions up here. How's our training going? Ah, good. No, where's our training divisions? Oh, they're here, yeah, that's fine. Right, let's put these on training. So these are training at the moment, so as soon as they finish training we can bring those forces into the central of Europe. So, I'm literally we've just come back from a holiday, travelling around Europe, which was quite nice. And it was nice I went in a few museums looking at the history of the World Wars, both World War I and World War II, which was interesting. There are so many places in Europe which kind of reminisce of or try not to forget what has happened during the wars, and it's it's meant to remind us never to have it happen again. But you never know. It's a shocking. I don't want to get into politics. I did say this on Real Politics the other game. I don't want to get into actual politics, what's going on in the world at the moment, but there's all sorts, isn't there? Anyway, let's continue. So we are to continue to push forward as best we can. Look at Europe now. We've got all of this. And I mean, this is fantastic. I'm keeping a lot of units back in Spain for some reason. I'm not sure if it's a good idea. I'm thinking if I can move some. So where are these? Then I'm gonna start moving. Let's see. Let's start moving them to Paris or here. I think no. Can you not move forward? Ah, I see. Okay. They're not. No, that's fine. I think these guys, I'm going to disband them. Ooh, rocket engines is done, which is good. Alright, so if I take these, we're getting loads of research done at the moment. We run out of things to research. Okay, if I take these and bring them to Paris, there we go. And then these can be part of. Is there a force in Africa? It'd be nice if I can bring these round, and I could. Let's bring them down here and see if we can work our way up through here. We can build another force, and we can kind of do a flanking situation, so we can come up through the United Saudi Arabia and make our way up as the war with Russia starts to undergo and to start. Okay, now we've actually got a nice bottleneck here. We're going to need to take a lot of these in. Yep, that's fine. We've got help from Belgium troops, it looks like, in the Netherlands. Making a good push here. I'm pretty happy with this. Let's reinforce these divisions here. I think we can move here. We've got the superior numbers, that's for sure. Yeah, most definitely. They are trying to push as much as they can, but unfortunately we are pushing. We've got the numbers to cause a significant blow. Going to take this. In fact, what we'll do, if we take it to the German Reich and we can make a bottleneck here, and we can start moving these forward. That means we can secure a border with the Soviet Union right here. So they're all moving forward as well. This is our border. It's doing its job. It's holding well. I'm going to push one more with these so I can kind of do a flanking, trick them. So we got 2 attacks at once, so they won't be so. They won't be able to reinforce their troops. So if we attack 1, 2, 3, 4 times, 4 provinces all at once, they just haven't got the numbers now. The German troops are extremely experienced and extremely strong, but at the end of the day, if they haven't got the numbers, they won't be able to take on our superior numbers. We have got a lot. I mean, they're reinforcing quite a bit here. I've got Japanese troops as well. I'm wondering if they're fighting the Soviet Union. They're bringing their forces back. We're going to have to halt our... Yeah, we've got quite a lot of forces here. We've got Nationalist Spain, we've got Hungary, Italy, German Reich. We've got quite a few forces there which may cause us issues. Right, let's do some research. Okay, right, time to research nuclear bombs. Let's do jet engines, and I believe we might have time to do some improved rocket engines as well, and then next technologies we can focus on jets. How are we doing with the attack? 72% now. It's going up by a percentage. Let's bring these forward. Yeah, they're going to come in soon, very soon. I think they're going to march their way into... Oh wow, the Soviet Union have pushed as well. Yeah, the Soviet Union are pushing quite a bit now. This is interesting. Would this... Berlin may fall very soon. They're fighting the Soviets as well. The Germans are just in the middle. They just cannot... Yeah, they are... I'm just wondering if it counts towards us though. If we defeat them, does it... I mean, if the Soviets... I mean, the Soviets haven't defeated them. We've all done it together, but we are fighting the Soviets as well. Now, if the Soviets take Berlin, does that make mean that we get the win? How about Japan? Are they still holding strong? Yeah, Japan is still holding strong. I'm surprised the Soviet Union are not fighting Japan. Or are they? Yeah, they're fighting an offensive war with the... No, they're not. Yeah, they are. They're actually fighting the Soviet Union. They've got a defence with the... Well, they're the Axis parties. Right, Germany seems like it's going to crumble very soon. What we've got to do is make sure that we have got a strong enough force to take out the Soviets. So, where's our troops here? Was we not moving some up? Don't know what's going on over there. But they're on the way up anyway. I did ask them to go up, but they didn't seem to want to bother. Come on. They're all on their way up anyway. Right, so we can research our first... Oh, after that, once we get the jet engines, we can research our jets to actually swing the tide of battle, right? So while we're here, let's increase our engineering. It's that time. Yeah, Berlin's gonna fall very soon. Start the push. It'd be good if we can take Berlin before the Soviets do. I know Germany's going to defend Berlin with their life. Yugoslavia has capitulated. Right, it's good. Jet engines have been done. Right, so then that means we've got time to concentrate on our first jet engined vehicle. So let's research our two... Oh no, we can't. Not the bomber yet. Not yet. 1950 we need to wait for. Start researching these. Encryption, decryption. Right, I'm so interested to see what's going to happen here. Germany has been just taken apart by the Soviets and us, but we are at war with the Soviets as well, which means we're going to come to a battle, bottleneck, and it's just going to cause us to come to a huge collision with the Soviets. Okay, outdated equipment. Yes, we know that. Yep, we do that. Medium tank, an aircraft, rocket interceptor. What's this? What's that overtaken? Is it this? It must be. Oh yeah, it is, yeah, rocket bomber. I'm just trying to update this. If I close these for just 2 seconds, because what happens, it does say that we've got outdated equipment. Just close that. Where's our unassigned divisions? Yeah, I know that, that's fine. We've got rebellions in Spain. Where's our production? Are we producing tanks? You know, we haven't produced many tanks at all. Motorized infantry. Let's increase the production of motorized infantry. Oh, I see. It wants us to change our divisions. So let's go to divisions. What are we doing at the moment? Infantry division. Let's edit this. They're going to slow it down, but if I... Oh, we're not making any infantry. I don't think we are. Where's our motorized? Here we go. Motorized infantry. Have you got any support artillery? It's going to slow it down, the support artillery. But it might be quite useful. So let's save this. The fall of Berlin, right. Okay, right. Here we go. Let's pause this for just a minute. Okay, a Soviet communique has announced the capitulation of all German forces in Berlin. After encircling the city, the Russians stormed it from several different directions, with the German defenders resisting furiously every step of the way. Soviet troops finally fought their way across the Motek Bridge and into Reichstag building, fighting room by room until they reached the roof where the Soviet flag was raised over the city. The Battle of Berlin is over. The Soviet bear is growing. Right, Germany has fallen. Does that mean we've won the war? Probably not. German Reich has capitulated. Can no longer withstand the pressure from the overall impression of the Soviet forces throughout the country. The German government chose to flee the country and has gone into exile. Their main forces have capitulated and the Soviet Union is now in control of their home area. Though the war against what remains of the Axis continues elsewhere, this is a great victory for all the Comintern. Okay, right. Right, the German Reich has been taken apart. Okay, we've got the Japanese, which are still part of the Axis party. But at the moment, it doesn't seem like we're going to be taking them out anytime soon. We've got Japan and we've got these. We've got Sweden as well. However, Sweden is at war with the Soviets as well. Okay. So we've done it. We've taken the German Reich. That's fine. But we now have to face the might of the Soviet Union. As you can see, it's a hell of a task ahead of us as the Allies. But I'm not too fussed about the Japanese at the moment. They seem quite far away to prove any type of infantry resistance, but they can cause a problem out at sea. We've got quite a few different technologies now. I'm just going to train one of these. So we've got a few different technologies which are being undergone now. So we can start thinking about jet technology, the atomic bomb, and take it from there really. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to stop the episode there, guys. I think we're not finished yet. I'm still going to continue the game, but I want to win the war at least with the Axis parties, and then of course we're going to try to fight against the Soviets. At the moment it's a 0%. We have got the United States on our side, which is great, but they've got a Soviet Union. They've had 2.12 million losses and they're still going very, very strong. That just shows you the force, that just shows the sheer task that we've got, or we're up against. The only thing that I'm thinking of is potentially I don't think they're as advanced as most of us allied nations. I'm not sure. I have to see what their scenario is. The Americans are strong. They're immobilizing with force, and their forces are, well, they were coming over, and most of the forces are here. We've got 37 here, 8, 11. So we've got American forces on the way. The only problem is where do we stand with the Japanese? Do we take them out? Do we send infantry fleets down into the heart of Japan? And what happens here with China? Are China part of our... No, they're not. China, are they going to be helping? They're going to be helping fight the Japanese, that's for sure. Alright guys, so I'm going to stop the video here. I'm going to stop, and I want to just say a great thank you for watching, and please comment, like and subscribe if you liked what you see, and I will see you on the next episode. Bye for now, guys.